Happy Tuesday! It's Top 10 Tuesday! Yay! Okay, so today we are going to work on self-esteem. I don't know anybody who couldn't use maybe a little bit more. I know some of you may argue that and think of someone who maybe is very conceited, think maybe they have too much self-esteem. I happen to think that maybe isn't necessarily true. I think a lot of times people who are really cocky actually, they're compensating. So I think this video is for everybody. And we're gonna have some fun today, okay? Okay. As a kid, I'm sure anyone in my family, especially my parents, will tell you that because I said so didn't work so well for me. So I love to ask the question, why? Why do we need to build our self-esteem? May sound pretty obvious, but let me put some things into perspective and kind of bring it out there. It makes life simpler and you just feel lighter. If you are not worried about what people think, it just makes life so much easier and so much lighter. If you feel good about what you're doing and you feel good about yourself, it really doesn't much matter what anyone else has to say. And there's a lot of power that comes with that. You have a more stability, your inside, your will, your passions, you're just more stable because you feel good about who you are. Less self-sabotage. It's not a conscious thing. They don't wake up in the morning and say, I think I'm gonna mess my life up today. And they always just seem to get themselves in these situations. And you, as an outsider looking in, you're like, dude, you're bringing this on yourself. That's what I mean by self-sabotage. But if you've got good self-esteem, you're not gonna be doing that because you're gonna realize your worth. You can actually be your best cheerleader instead of your worst enemy. And last but not least, you're more attractive. Now, there are some people out there that maybe wouldn't be someone you find on a magazine, but you can find them absolutely charming and beautiful. And it's because it's from the inside out. They've got self-confidence. The way they hold themselves is just different. It sets them apart. I don't know anyone who doesn't want to be happier, and I think that's the biggest thing I want to express is with more self-esteem comes more happiness and more peace inside, and that's going to radiate outside. I would like to help you and me blossom. Let's be flowers. I'm sorry for all the guys out there who are like, I don't want to look like a dang flower. That's not what I mean. Let's go ahead and get started and count it down on how we can do it. Okay, so first one we're going to do is stop your inner critic. We've all got one, okay? It's the one that tells you you're not good enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not smart enough, you're not qualified enough. There's all sorts of ways in which you're not enough, and social media does not help with that at all. So what can we do instead? There's a negative, what's the positive? How do we replace that? We replace it with when you start hearing yourself saying these things to yourself, you can just say, stop. Just stop. Stop what you're going to say and find another way to say it. Or you can say, no, not going there, and find something better to say to replace that, or just don't say anything at all. To say like a funny word, like peanut butter, but it's going to it's kind of a funny word. Peanut butter, it can bring some light to it and just a funny reminder of, okay, we're not going to go down that road. We're going to stop that inner critic and we're going to start with some better positive thinking and positive reinforcement for ourselves. Okay, number 9. So on this one, we're going to talk about using positive motivational habits. Instead of just saying stop being critical, we're going to replace it with the good. And we're going to replace it with the good by doing positive affirmations, saying positive things about yourself every day. I know it sounds corny. I know it sounds cheesy. Some people will put theirs up on the mirror in the morning. I actually put mine, I kind of change mine once a week with my Monday morning minutes, and then I kind of add some things that maybe I feel like I need for that week. But I made it last night. I made it and I print it off and I put it on my yoga pad because I do yoga every day. So before I get started, I say it, and I'm even going to share with you what I'm using right now because I think it is so powerful. I want to share it with everybody. So here it is. Go ahead and read along with me if you like. A chant for the day. I am an unstoppable warrior who is strong and fierce. I live with courage and compassion in my heart. I wear my confidence like a shield to deflect all negativity. I am powerful and proud of who I am and what I do. I wake up each day positive and ready to take on the day ahead because I am on a mission to achieve my goals, and nothing and no one can stop me. Like when you say it, there's just a power that comes with it, and I want to share that with you. I want you to write down, think about the good things about you. What do you like about yourself? Because if you're anything like me, I can probably much easier tell you all the things I don't like about myself than what I do like about myself. So I think it's important to have a list. Write it down. What do you like about you? What are your assets? What are your positive qualities? It could be looks, it could be insight, it could be attitude, it could be your career that you're proud of. Write it down, and I want you to put it somewhere so when that inner critic in your head starts going, you can go to this list and go, you know what? Yeah, I'm not perfect, and I accept myself for where I'm at right now, but here are the good things about me. And when you have that to go back to, there's some power in that, because then that also helps shut down that inner critic. If we talk more about the positive things than we do the negative, that starts to become more of how we feel. So repetition is huge. So if you have it written down, you can repeat it as many times as you want. Up next, consistently doing the right thing. Now this may sound kind of funny, but if you are consistently doing what's right, it's really a lot easier to have a high self-esteem because you know you're doing the right thing and you're making the right decisions. One thing I find that's very damaging, well, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm not as bad as so-and-so because I don't do A, B, D, F, whatever. So I'm good because I'm not doing as bad as they are. Is that the point? No, it's not about what anybody else is doing. It's about what you're doing. It's about you choosing what's right for you and your path, knowing that you do the right thing. There is a power in that where you can stand there and go, you know what? I did the right thing, even when no one's watching, even when it was hard, and even if you're standing alone. Okay, we're on number 6. And number 6 is get rid of perfectionism. Now, I'm going to try not to feel like an absolute hypocrite here. There is no such thing as perfect. You're never going to be perfect, and no one else is perfect around you. I know how easy it is to compare yourself to your other peers, your other coworkers, other females, other males, other couples, other families. Truth is, you may look at a family or a person or a relationship or whatever it is and go, oh my gosh, it's perfect. I wish mine was more that way. You do not know what's going on behind closed doors. And you do not know how many pictures it took for them to take to get this really nice one up on Facebook. Or, because you're not going to air out, well, most people don't air out your dirty laundry on Facebook. No, we talk about how great our life is and what a great day we had, and here's a picture of me on the beach, and we don't take pictures of us crying in our beds. Other people's lives look perfect does not mean it is, because it doesn't exist. There is no perfection. But perfectionism in and of itself can be very damaging to a relationship, because if you're expecting the other person to be perfect, you are going to be sorely disappointed. Sorely disappointed, because again, it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. So step away from it. I love this quote here. I love and accept myself exactly as I am now. Now, when I say that, that doesn't mean, okay, I'm perfect, I'm done, I don't have anything else to work on. Some of you might look at me and say, T, but I don't accept myself the way I am. I would rather be this. You know, to accept yourself where you are right now does not mean you don't have every intention of improving that. I totally think we should be striving to improve ourselves every day. But the first step is accepting yourself where you're at right now before you step forward. Because if you don't accept yourself now, you won't accept it once you go forward either. You have to learn to accept it now. And then you'll learn to accept it even more when you get to closer to where you want to be, and you're going to enjoy that ride a whole lot more. Okay, I want you to do an exercise with me here real quick. Close your eyes. Whatever comes to mind as something negative and a mistake that maybe you've made. Now I want you to step outside yourself, and I want you to think about your best friend, whoever it is, even if it's God. Whoever your best friend is, family member that you go to in times of distress when you make a mistake, what do they say to you? Your best friend that you go to during these times. Do they beat you over the head with all of the mistakes you made? Do they just start hammering on you and, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you did that. You're such an idiot, and I don't even have the space to be with you right now because you're such a screw up? Would they be your best friend? Wouldn't be my best friend, I can tell you that. I do have friends that will tell me the truth in the error of my ways, but they don't talk down to me. They don't belittle me. So you need to be your own best friend. Don't talk to yourself that way. Handle your mistakes and failures positively. Be kind to yourself. When you make a mistake, just take a step back. What did I learn from this? I mean, the mistake already happened. There's nothing you can do about it now except for learn the lesson that there is to learn about that moment, about that event. It's about trying to not make the same mistake twice, because if our goal is never to make a mistake, we are always going to fail. But a better goal is to not make the same mistake twice. Think about what you would want your best friend to say to you, and that's what I want your inner voice to say to you. Be your own best friend. Okay. Be kind to others and serve others. When you are taking a part of yourself to help someone else, it takes you kind of out of yourself and into the service of somebody else. It lifts your spirits. It gives you a sense of self-esteem because you gave up your time, your needs, your wants for a moment to help someone else that was in need. Especially, with all the craziness going on in the world, and families falling apart, and natural disasters, and shootings. Oh my goodness. I mean, the list goes on. It can be in your own family, help and serve your own family. I, for one, think that's where we all should start. I think a lot of times our families get pushed to the side, when that's where we should start. We should strengthen ourselves, then strengthen our families, then strengthen our communities. All right, number 3, we're getting there. Okay, so try something new. So do it with no judgment. Do not judge yourself. If you want to try painting or some kind of sport, it was the first time you did it. B, it's not about how good you do it. It's just about trying something new, trying new things. I tried something new, and was my first drawing good? Not really. I mean, it was very basic, and it was kind of meh. But the more I practice, the better you get. But I didn't look at that first one that was kind of and be like, okay, Well, even though I really enjoyed doing that, I'm not very good at it, so I'm just not going to do it. Heck no, I was like, hey, that was actually kind of fun. And I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. And I ended up illustrating the pictures that are in my book, and I have hundreds of pictures that I've drawn. And it is something I'm proud of. Okay, number 2. This one's kind of a big one. Stop comparing yourself to others. We've kind of briefed on this a little bit already, but don't compare yourself to other females, other males, like we talked about, other relationships, other families. I want to say especially, do not compare yourself with anyone that you see on social media, famous or not. Do not compare yourself to them, because like I said earlier, they're only putting their best foot forward. And I have seen befores and after of Tyra Banks of pictures of her where it started, and then they did their Photoshop magic work, and the difference was huge. So don't compare yourselves to these models or these bodybuilders that you see on TV or in the magazines or on social media. Don't buy it, because they don't even look like that. Instead, compare yourself with where you were a month ago, where you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Compare yourself to yourself. And that will tell you if you're going in the right direction or not, because we all want, or should want, to go in the right direction. If you take a personal inventory and you just don't feel like, compared to 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, you are still there or maybe backed up a little bit, then it's time to take a step back and see what you need to do to restart today. Today is always a new day. Start today. Okay, what can I do today to get started? So then when I look back 6 months from now and look back on today, I can go, wow, what a difference. And it's a positive difference. It will help you feel empowered. It gives you kind of control of your own life, because it's all up to you. Okay, gang, we made it. Number 1, spend more of your time with the right people and less of your time with the wrong people. Here's my theory. We talked about that inner critic in our head. We are stuck with that inner critic in our head all the time until we turn it around, right? It's there every day, all day, every day. Why then do we surround ourselves with people, with critics who do the same thing? So you got your inner head telling you how, making you feel bad about yourself, and your outer circle making you feel bad about yourself? No. Now if we have to work with them, or you absolutely cannot get them out of your life, which I would completely suggest, just get them out of your life completely. If for whatever reason the relationship hinders you from being able to get them out of your life completely, just avoid your access to them. Bare minimum, whatever you have to do, and then be done with it, because your head and your self-esteem will thank you. What are the good kind of people? The kind of people that uplift you, that help you when there's nothing in it for them, that love you no matter what. They uplift you. They make you want to be a better version of you. They encourage you to do the right thing. They support your goals. Because I've noticed the wrong kind of people, they really want to kind of tear you down. They want to stop you from completing your goals and succeeding, because that means you might leave them behind, and they don't like that so much. So you don't need that in your life. You don't. Get rid of them, or at least minimize your access to them. I'm going to expand this a little bit. It's kind of far reaching, but I really want to just say something about it, and it kind of goes the same. Be careful what you watch, what you listen to, what you read. Facebook, oh my goodness. It can either be a blessing or a curse. I kind of have mixed feelings about Facebook. But you want to make sure you are filling your head with good, positive things. That way it can think positively about other people and about yourself. If you are always listening to, the news, do you hear much good, positive things on the news? No. Is that all you expose yourself to? That's what's in your head? Negativity. Now, I'm not saying don't watch the news. I'm saying minimize your time watching the news. Go ahead, watch the news, see what's going on in the world, be informed. I'm all about being informed of what's going on around you. Then put it aside and live your life. What you listen to, what kind of music do you listen to? I have noticed it's a huge difference for me, what I listen to, what it does to my mood. I'm telling you, listen to a sad song or a song that reminds you of someone you miss or something like that, and it will turn your mood down just like that. Now, for me, I don't know about you, I'm a huge music lover. I'm a huge lover of music that has beat that I can dance to. If I'm feeling down, boom, I've got a playlist that I turn on, and it can change my mood for the better. It makes me feel happier and ready for the day. All right, dear friends, I bid you farewell. Check out Monday Morning Minutes. That has become another one of my favorite things to do, and really I'm just trying to help guide you as I learn myself on this journey of being a better version of me. So that way, when I look 6 years down the road, year down the road, I can say, wow, I've come a long way. I'm going in the right direction. I want you to look down a month, 6 months, a year down the road, 5 years down the road and go, wow, I'm so glad I started this path, this journey, because my goal is not only to better myself, but I want to help others. Please share this video with everyone that you think might need help, which I personally think everyone needs a little self-esteem boost, because the world out there is harsh and will tell you everything that's wrong with you. So you need to find within yourself what's right with you. Okay? So that's your journey for the week. Find out what's right about you. Okay. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. Bye. You also can maybe meet somebody, I've totally done this, where you meet somebody and they look, you're like, ooh, what a hot day. And then they open that mouth.